Well, hello there folks and welcome back to the Whiskey Frame with me Alan. New week, new video, another brand new video. Part 2 guys, it's the collection. We're going to rattle through part 2 today. We're going to tackle this top shelf here. We're looking at some Cadenheads. We've got a wee bit of Kilkerran to finish off from last time. And then we're going to go through a bit of ARRAN and a bit of Old Pulteney. So yeah, so strap yourself in guys, pull yourself a dram. Let's get into it. I'll try and make it as quick as I can. I'll try and make it as interesting as I can. But with no further ado, let's get into this one. So yeah, Cadenheads. So we're heading to independent bottler. Cadenheads. First one on the list, guys. This one's I've had for a wee while. This is a 14-year-old Invergordon distillery. It's a sherry cask and it's a Highland grain whisky. Need to find a time to get round to it. So that's the first one so far, guys. We're now going to tackle a couple of 21-year-olds. So this is a 21-year-old again. This is Tamdhu Distillery. 21-year-old Tamdhu. This is part of the, where are we? Distilled at 57% ABV. I think the Invergordon one was, let's check that. Wow. 62% Invergordon one. This is 57%. This is matured in oak casks. Bourbon hogsheads. So real cool. 21-year-old. Just need to find time to get to crack these. Let's stick in the back. We have another Cadenhead sherry cask. Altmore Glenlivet Distillery. 12-year-old. 55.2%. Look at the beautiful colour on these guys. All there is sherry cask. You probably tell guys I like my sherry casks. So this one is Glenrothes, 21-year-old Glenrothes. This one also 57.1, so my favourite ABV. This is 100 proof, old 100 proof, 57.1. And this is sherry wood. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. This was the days where they still boxed them. I don't think they box them anymore. We have a wee bit of a warehouse tasting. Tomatin warehouse tasting. This one is 13-year-old, distilled 2009. Fresh bourbon barrel since 2020. Strength 55.7. Wow, cracker. Nice little bottles these. So then we kind of move into, we're still sticking with Cadenheads, but these are the club bottles. So if you become a member of the Cadenheads club, I think it's around about £50 to £60. Absolute outstanding value. You get yourself a t-shirt, you get a little pen, a little notebook, but you also get 2 tastings per year at Cadenheads free. So fantastic. I've just actually done one, but I maybe do a wee video on that later. But this is a club bottle. This is a 2023. 11 years old. It is one of 534 bottles. 56.3% ABV. And this is from Glentockers. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I think this was cast 2 bourbon barrels. Only 534 bottles of that one. This is a Dalmunach here. Oh god, Dalmunach. Didn't realise I had that one. 58.5. 10 years old. Matured in 3 types of Oloroso hogsheads. Absolutely fantastic. 1,032 bottles of that one. So yeah, that's the Dalmunach. Cadenhead's Enigma. This is a blended malt, 16-year-old blended malt. This is Campbelltown Festival, so it's all Campbelltown Festival bottles in there, all Campbelltown whiskies in this one. So there's 1,230 bottles of this. Distilled 2008, bottled 2025. So yeah, 16 years old that one. That's the Cadenhead's Enigma. Quite a few Enigmas out there. 53.6 this one. This is the cask strength range. Tell you fine, these have got the green labels on. Still 2010, bottled spring 2023. Bourbon barrel. Only 262 bottles of this one. And it's a strength of 57.8. So super stuff. Again, beautiful bourbon colour. Kicking in the back here, just in the back, we have Kilkerran 7. Fantastic Kilkerran. Should have saved that for a bit because I've got a couple more Kilkerrans to do. But yeah, 2050, still 2015. Bottle spring 2023, 56.7 this one. Yeah, so a couple of Kilkerran and Bunnahabhain there. Two of my most favourite distilleries, guys, is Kilkerran and Bunnahabhain. If you pushed me to pick one, it'd be a tough job. So let's move on to the natural strength range. These are in the white labels. This is a Dalyuan 13, bottled at 53% ABV, and it's ruby port cask matured. Beautiful red colour going on that ruby port's sticking out beautiful. Got an Oloroso one here. Wow, there's a surprise. Kilkerran 8 Oloroso 59.5. Super stuff. Cask strength this. So I'm taking natural strength, we're looking at cask strength. So let's put that back. And then I've got a couple here that I picked up at the Air Festival last year. These were the two best bottles when I went to visit the Air Whisky Festival last year. So I've picked up a Glenallachie 12. 65.8% ABV. And I've got a wonderful Oloroso, both Oloroso matured. This one is distilled at the Orb Distillery, 51.8. Still cask strength, but it's 19 years old. But just look at the colour on these two bad boys. I have used these in tastings before, so they went down really well. And this little one sneaking in the back here. We have a Brazilian whiskey. I think there's a wee bit of story with this one. This is a 5 years old. It was from the Union Distillery. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was distilled in Brazil, but I'm pretty sure it came here for a couple of years in laying casks here. So this is a world whiskey from Cadenheads, the individual cask, single malt Brazilian whiskey, matured in an oak cask, 56.9. Oloroso. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to just nick back a little bit because when I did the first edition of this video, I didn't get to these bad boys. So up here, I've got a wee bit more Kilkerran going on. So as you can see, I've got a few 8-year-olds going on. This is the daddy. This is the bad boy. This is my favourite Kilkerran to date. Look at that colour. So this is the 8-year-old, 57.1. I think this was the first version that came out around about 2018, 2019, I believe. And I've actually got the one after it, which was the 56.9. Wasn't a fan of that one. That one was a wee bit sulphured for me, that. Too much sulphur going on. And then if I crack on with these ones here, guys, these are what started it all off at Kilkerran. These are the wonderful work in progress, and I think we're coming in, I've got them in the wrong order, so we should go here. But yeah, this is the very first one. Work in progress. This is 40, I think most of them are 46. There's a couple of cask strength ones in there, but this is beautiful. So this, I believe, is the first bottle that came out from the Kilkerran distillery. And then as you go through the colours, you have the grey one, the brown, the green. So they're all in colours. And then they got a wee bit later, then they started doing two. So this is the Sherrywood one. Hopefully this is a wee bit nice and dark, this one. Yeah, so this is the Sherrywood. Absolutely wonderful. 46% ABV. Fantastic. And then if you see in behind there, guys, we have, I've lost you a little bit there, let me do that a little bit. In behind here, we have the bourbon. So this is Bourbon Wood. Again, 46% ABV. Absolutely fantastic. Next one up again, we're going Sherrywood again. So we're going pink this time. Pink. Beautiful. 46% ABV. Sherrywood. Absolutely wonderful. These are part of the collection, and then as you go into it again, you've got the Bourbon Wood. Again at 46. Absolutely fantastic. And then we go green. So we have the Sherrywood. Green. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. don't think you can pick these up anymore, guys. I think the only way you tend to find these maybe is at some sort of auction. And then the one in the back, I think this is the strongest proof of them all. I think the last one they did it 54.1, the bourbon wood on that one. And this is cast strength bourbon wood, this one. Absolutely wonderful. So yeah, so that's pretty much for those. I've just finished Kilkerran off. Done a little bit of Cadenheads. We're going to just head on to these bad boys here, guys. We're going to do a wee bit of ARRAN. So this is the ARRAN distillery, my first ever distillery tour. First place I ever visited in whiskey was the wonderful Isle of Arran. If you've never been to the Isle of Arran, guys, you need to book a trip. So we'll start with the peated ones. So these are the Macri Brewers. This was the peated ARRAN before lag. They used to do both of these at the Locranza distillery, the peated and the unpeated. Now they've shifted the peated production to the lag distillery. This one was coming in again, 46% ABV. This is the 4th edition, this one. We'll just go through, I don't think I've got these in order, these editions, but that's the 4th edition. This one here is the, where are we? 6th edition. And up here we have the 3rd edition. So we've got a few of those. But then what they decided to do, guys, is they decided to do a cast strength one. So this is the cast strength, which is in Silvertons. Again, this is black bottle. Let's have a wee look at this. Let you get a close up of that one. As you'll see again, it's the writing is actually printed onto the bottle. Wonderful, and there's of cast strength. So the black ones are the cast strength. Beautiful black opaque bottle. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Macri Brewer. And guys, you can still pick these up at auction. Very, very cheaply at auction. But in the back, I have what we got in here. So I have 1 2nd edition, 3rd edition, and there's a 4th edition just popped in there the back as well. So those are the wonderful, wonderful Macri Brewers. So then now we've kind of done the peated stuff that I have at ARRAN. Let's do a little bit of this one here. Let me just finalise here. So in here, guys, we have this is the original Bothies, this one. So yeah, this was the Bothy. This is batch 1 of the Bothy. Water cask Bothy. This is the batch 1, this one. And it's coming in at a whopping 55.7% ABV. And again, they had the tunes there. I think this is Ralphie's little Bothy that I have on this one. Don't quote me on that one. We have batch 1, batch 3, batch 2, and batch 4's in there as well. So we have the 4 batches of that one. And then this is one of the very, very early ones I got with ARRAN. 43% from ARRAN. This is the Founder's Reserve. This was very, very early. I picked this one up at auction a wee while ago. Super, super stuff. And then just before I move on to the next shelf, guys, and I move us up a wee bit, I'll get this one in here. Which, this is super, super stuff, guys. This is the ARRAN, the High Seas Smugglers series. So this beautiful box, beautiful packaging, absolutely wonderful. And then you give it a wee open up, it looks like a wee bit going on here. And then that wonderful bottle is just kicking around inside there. Beautiful little Smugglers. Looks like a little rum bottle. Absolutely wonderful. Stuck it up there, and then we can go to the... Again, this is the illicit stills. This one. This is the green version. All the same going on. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Packaging was tremendous. And let's do the last one of the series. This is the wonderful, the Excise Man. So yeah, super, super stuff. Little bottle cracking on. All wonderful stuff there. Okay folks, moving on to the next one. We're moving on to a couple of special ARRAN bottles on the collection. We're moving on to this one here. So this is the wonderful Premier Cask. So this is a beautiful, comes in a lovely, again, lovely packaging from ARRAN. And this one here, what a cracker this is. I'm looking for a real special occasion to crack this one. So this is exclusively bottled for Nichols and Perks. 49.3% ABV. Look how black that is. 24 years, fully matured in first fill sherry casks on the wonderful Isle of Arran. Guys, if you've never been to Arran, you have to check it out. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. That's that one there. And then just in behind it, we have another one. I've just recently done this one in a tasting, which went down rather well. And this is, again, it's another premium cask. This is bottled for Robbie's Whiskey Merchants. And this is the Ambassador's Dram release number 4. And this is a wee bit higher ABV. This is 54.4. It's not quite as dark as the other one, but it's a banging whiskey. Premium cask, non-chill filter, natural colour, super stuff. So Arran, again, guys, these, you'll probably see these, you've probably seen me do these before, but this is the Master of Distilling. We have 2 of these. So this is obviously the Master Distiller on the Isle of Arran when these was doing was Mr. James McTaggart. So Mr. McTaggart is the Master of Distilling. This is 10 years old, 2007 vintage, this one. But again, wonderful box. All of the stuff going on, a little bit of jargon, a little bit of blah, blah, blah. And there you go, look at that beautiful bottle. So that's 10 years old. That is 10 years, 100% first fill bourbon barrels. Absolutely wonderful, beautiful bourbon colour going on. I have as you can see, guys, I have a couple of those. I have another wee one sitting in behind, so I've got a backup there as well. So let me move on to the Master of Distilling 2. This is a firm favourite. The Man with the Golden Glass. Got a wee bit of Bond theme going on there. And this is beautiful. This is 2006 casks, 12,000 bottles, licensed to distill. Man with the Golden Glass. And this one was in Palo Cortado. 12-year-old Palo Cortado. Actually, this was probably one of my favourite 12-year-olds to date, guys. And as you can see, I'm well stocked up on it. And then I've got a couple of special ones, guys. I've got this is all about the bear barley. So these are the Arran Orkney bear barley. Got a couple of them. This is, you'll notice they're in different colours. This is the 46% one, this one. Absolutely lovely. Orkney bear barley. It's a wee bit unusual with bear barley, guys. I don't know many distilleries have tackled it. I know Arran's done it. I think I've done a Bruichladdich as well in bear barley. But yeah, that's beautiful. 46% ABV, that one. And we have the bear barley, which is cask strength. So limited to 4,890 bottles. This one is 2004 vintage. It was bottled in 2014, so I've had this one a wee while. 56.2% cask strength. Absolutely wonderful. That is the Arran bear barley. Orkney bear barley. This is a beautiful one. This was to commemorate the 21st anniversary of Arran. Look at that beautiful little bottle going on in there. Absolutely wonderful. I think this one also was at 52.6% ABV. But again, the packaging is wonderful. Very delicate, this little box. Next one in, I don't know if you can see in behind here, was part of a series. This was the volume 1, the Brodick. I only managed to ever pick one of these up. I didn't really go after the others. But this is a 20-year-old Arran. Absolutely wonderful. Comes in this little tin box. Absolutely fantastic. So Arran, what have I got here? So yes, I've got a few Arran bottles here. So we have the beautiful 10, which I'm sure you are all aware of. This is perma-shelf, this is always on the shelf, this one. And I've picked up, this is the 17. This one came out as a kind of backup to the 18. 18 went off production for a while, and they produced this one as the 17. Absolutely wonderful, 46% ABV, 12,000 bottles, non-chill filtered. Natural colours, everything is at Arran. So yeah, absolutely wonderful, that one. And it wouldn't be amiss, I've all here picked up the 17, but I've managed to pick myself up an 18 also. So this is the beautiful ARRAN 18. Look at that bad boy. Absolutely wonderful. Look at this beautiful, dark, rich, succulent, cherry stuff going on. Yeah. Need another excuse, guys. You can send me in the comments excuses to open some of these. Guys, I'm going to skip a wee bit because this is Glendronach. If you've been around from the beginning of the channel, guys, you'll know that Glendronach was my gateway into whiskey. This is the cash strength Glendronach. This is batch 1. So this is my last bottle of this. I've went through quite a few of these bottles. That's the Glendronach cash strength, 54.8% ABV. That's the batch 1. So that's a Billy Walker one. That one, yeah, Billy Walker. Absolutely wonderful, super stuff. So as you can see, guys, in here without bringing them all out, I have the batch 1, batch 3. I'm seeming to be missing batch 2 at the minute. I'm on the lookout for batch 2. If anybody sees batch 2, guys, give me a shout. So batch 3, 4, 5, and there we are, batch 6. So I've got batch 6. So these are all fantastic. These are all Billy Walkers, these ones. Up to batch 6. Cool. I'm going to just skip a little bit here, guys. I'm going to pull some stuff out the back. I've got a beautiful pair of Glendronach 12s here. But these are not just any Glendronach 12s. These are Billy Walker Glendronach 12s. 43% this one, guys, but it wasn't a problem with these. These were 43, but I think word on the grapevine, even at 43, these weren't chill filtered, so they still had that beautiful, beautiful mouthfeel. So yeah, I've got a couple of those kicking around, and you probably know if I have a couple of 12s kicking around, I'm probably going to have the 15 kicking around. So that is the Glendronach Revival, the old 15. Again, Mr. Billy Walker on that one. This was fully matured in Oloroso. Absolutely wonderful stuff. This was the whiskey that changed my life. 46%, non-chill filter, natural colour, as it says on the tube, just here. So yeah, and it would be a wee bit of a miss, guys, if it didn't have the 18 also. So we have the 18 Allardyce Billy Walker's 2017, this one. And this one really surprised me. I picked this one up last year, folks. This is the cash strength. This is the batch 11 cash strength. Again, I did this in a blind tasting, and well, not a blind, I did this in a tasting. It went down fantastic. 59.8% ABV, that one. So I have a wee bit of Glendronach still kicking around on the shelf. We're going to now take a different dimension. We're heading up to Old Pulteney now, guys. So we're heading to Old Pulteney, all the way up there in Wick. Place called Wick. And this is the wonderful Old Pulteney 18. So I've got the 18 kicking around there. And I also have the 17. This is a wee bit of a collector's item, this one now. This is super, super stuff. Guys, but if you check around on the auction sites, these are going super reasonable at the minute. I might even look to try and pick another couple of these up, man. But that is the Old Pulteney 17. And we have the Daddy, 21-year-old. This was Whiskey of the Year, Whiskey Bible, Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible, 2012. Don't hold it against Jim Murray, guys, but this is spectacular whiskey. This is the last bottle I have with this one, so I really need an excuse to crack this one as well. So yeah, so that is there. Then I've got a couple of Old Pulteneys there. Got an Old Pulteney 12, which is usually always on the shelf, and I have the 15 also. Old Pulteney 15. I think I've been battering through this one. I think this one ended up in a tasting also. That's the 15. Super, super stuff. So, one last one to give you here, guys. So, reaching up top here, I have one here. This was part of my Summerton Club subscription. This was an old Pulteney Coastal series. I think this was probably exclusive for the Summerton Club a couple of Christmases ago. But yeah, port matured, port wine cask matured, 46% ABV. Lovely colour on that one. Lovely whiskey, actually. Nice Christmas, perfect for Christmas dram. Well done, damn it, Summerton. Guys, I'll pop a link into the description down bottom for if you've not checked out the Summerton Whisky Club. Check it out. It's good value for money. Let's pop that back. So guys, that's another one done. Part 2 of my collection. Don't know how many videos it's going to take to get through because I've got a wee bit of whiskey to get through with you. And the guys, if you like what I'm doing, dive into the comments. If you like the whiskies, if you've got any questions on the whiskies, any questions on the collecting side of it, how's your collection going? Tell me how your collection is, guys. Have you got some of these on your collection? I'd love to know. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you want to help out the channel, guys, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can dive over to Patreon and you can help support us on Patreon. It just upgrades the equipment, guys, and it just helps me buy more whiskey for reviewing. So, and bring those whiskies to you. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much in my glass today. I had this wonderful ARRAN 16. So, I'm getting a wee bit thirsty now, guys. There's a wee dryness coming over, so let's send this one down the hatch. And I'll always say, guys, don't forget to share your whiskey. The pleasure is in the sharing, and don't forget to send some great whiskey straight down the hatch. And as always, until next time, folks, see you soon. Cheers. So good.